Anbiya, Awliya, Salaha, all those who wish to be the Zahir of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam. We are reciting this ziyarah Qurbatan ilallah. Before reciting the ziyarah, think about it that today is the day when first Zahir of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam got the opportunity to visit the shrine of his beloved Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam. Today, millions of people have the opportunity to visit the shrine of Imam Hussain. Oh Imam, I'm unfortunate that physically I am not there in front of your shrine and saying Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. But I wish that inshallah next year and every year on this day of Arbaeen I have the opportunity to perform your true ziyarah inshallah ta'ala with all your lovers that are doing the tawaf around your zari. When I am saying you salam, we will say the Assalamu alayka ya waliyullah. I know that I am not capable of listening to your reply on the salam o Mawla, but I wish and I hope that you will reply to my salam, you will accept my salam. Jabir ibn Abdullah Ansari, when he says salam to Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam and didn't receive the reply, he cried and he said that Habibun la yujibu Habiba. Oh my beloved, you are not replying to my salam. Why, oh, why you are not replying? And then he said that, oh my Mawla, your head is separated from your body. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. السلام على ولي الله السلام على ولي الله وحبيبه السلام على خليل الله ونجيبه السلام على سفي الله وابن سفيه السلام على الحسين المظلوم الشهيد السلام على الحسين المظلوم الشهيد السلام على أسير الكربات وقتيل العبرات اللهم إني أشهد أنه وليك وابن وليك وسفيك وابن سفيك الفائز بكرامتك أكرمته بالشهادة وحبوته بالسعادة. O Allah, you have honored Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam with the shahada and the martyrdom. وحبوته بالسعادة, and covered him with the sa'ada and the happiness and the felicity. واشتبيته بطيب الولادة وجعلته سيدا من السادة وقائدا من القادة وذائدا من الذادة واعطيته مواريث الأنبياء وجعلته حجة على خلقك من الأوسياء فعثر في الدعاء ومنح النوس. Imam Hussein والسلام, called the people towards you, O Allah. Imam Hussein والسلام, give us the advices and guide the people. وبذل مهجته فيك ليستنقذ عبادك من الجهالة وحيرة الضلالة. والله, Imam Hussein والسلام, has sacrificed his life in your path to save your creations from ignorance and the misguidance or the confusion of the misguidance that they were living in. But there were a group of people who stand against Imam Hussein والسلام. Who are those in this ziyarat of Arbaeen? Imam Sadiq والسلام, is explaining to us that who were the people who stand against Hussein ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib والسلام. وقد توازر عليه من غرته الدنيا وباع حظه بأرذل الأدنى وشرى آخرته بالثمن الأوكس وتقترس وترد في هواه واسختك واسخة نبيك وأطاء من عبادك أحلى الشقاق والنفاق وحملة الأوذار المستجبين النار فجاهدهم فيك صابرا محتسبا حتى تسفك في طاعتك دمه واستبيح حريم. Imam Hussein stand in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until his blood was fell in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his family was taken captive. It never happened in the life of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam that the daughters of Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha were taken captive and taken from Karbala to Kufa and Kufa to Sham. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. When my Bibi Salamullah alayha was supposed to enter the city of Kufa, it is mentioned in the narrations that Bibi Kulsum Salamullah alayha came forward and asked the people who were taking them towards the city of Kufa that put the head of Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam in front of us so that the people attention will not be focused on us, but they were focusing on the head of Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. And they do not see us in the condition that we are in right now. وَاسْتُبِيحَ حَرِيمُ Allahumma fal'anhum la'nan mabila. Allah, send your curse on these people who have did this atrocity. وَعَذَّبَهُمْ عَذَابًا عَلِيمًا. السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك يا ابن سيد الأوسياء، أشهد أنك أمين الله وابن أمينه، عشت سعيدا ومضيت حميدا ومت فقيدا مظلوما شهيدا ومت فقيدا مظلوما شهيدا. My Mawla was Madlu, my Mawla was Mitr al-Mawtu, There was a time that happened on the plain of Karbala when Ali Akbar was not there, when Hazrat Qasim was not there, when Abul Fadl Abbas was not there. My Mawla was with Mawtur. My Mawla was alone on the plain of Karbala. And he said that, هل من ذاب يذب عن حرم رسول الله. Is there anyone who can defend the progeny of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Oh Mawla, after 1400 years, we are saying that, oh Mawla, if we were there, we were there to save your family, our mother, our daughters, our family members will sacrifice their life to save you and protect you. فيا ليتني كنت معكم فأفوز فوزا عظيما. وأشهد أن الله منجز ما وعدك ومهلك من خذلك ومعذب من قتلك. وأشهد أنك وفيت بعهد الله وجاهدت في سبيله حتى أتاك اليقين. فلعن الله من قتلك ولعن الله من ظلمك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. اللهم إني أشهدك أني ولي لمن والاه وعدو لمن أعداه. I bear witness, O Mawla, on the day of Arbaeen, that my love and my loyalty is for those who are loyal to you, and my animosity is for those who are enemy towards you and your doctrine. اللهم إني أشهدك أني ولي لمن والاه وعدو لمن أعداه. This is a covenant that inshallah, this is the allegiance that we are giving to Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam on this day of Arbaeen. Inshallah, we'll all together recite this statement. إني ولي لمن والاه وعدو لمن أعداه. One more time, inshallah. إني ولي ولا وعدو لمن أعداه. بأبي أنت وأمي يا ابن رسول الله. My father and mother will be sacrifice your life on you, O son of Fatima Zahra, O son of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. أشهد أنك كنت نورا في الأصلاب الشامخة والأرحام المطهرة، لم تنجسك الجاهلية بأنجاسها ولم تلبسك من مدلحمات من ثيابها. وأشهد أنك من دعائم الدين وأركان المسلمين ومعكل المؤمنين. وأشهد أنك الإمام البر التقي الرزي الزكي الهادي المهدي. وأشهد أن الأئمة من ولدك كلمة التقوى وعلام الهدى والعروة الوثقى والحجة على أهل الدنيا. وأشهد أني بكم مؤمنون وبيابكم موقنون بشرائع ديني وخواتيم عملي. وقلبي لقلبكم سل وأمري لأمركم متبع ونصرتي لكم معدة. Here is the last allegiance that we are, the promise, the allegiance that we are giving to Imam and the Imam of our time. What we are saying to our Imam on this ziyarah, at the end of this ziyarah, we are saying that Nusrati lakum mu'adda. My support, I am completely ready for sacrificing my life and whatever I have in your path. I'm ready for you. I'm just waiting for the permission from your side. وَنُصْرَتِي لَكُمْ مُعَدَّةً حَتَّى يَعْذِنَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give permission to the son of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, Imam Damana Ajjalahu ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, to come in this world physically in front of us, and then inshallah establish the real government of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this face of earth, inshallah. And we are promising to Imam that وَنُصْرَتِي لَكُمْ مُعَدَّةً حتى يعزن الله لكم فمعكم لا مع عدوكم. We are with you and only with you, and we are not with your enemies and those who are against you. So inshallah repeat this statement 3 times. And this is the promise that we are giving to Imam Hussain والسلام, that in our life, whatever we say, whatever we speak, whatever we perform, our way of life, our worldview, our actions, everything is according to what the will of Imam Hussain والسلام, is. And we'll try to not to obey the enemies of Imam Hussain والسلام, in our worldview, nor in our actions, and nor in our thoughts, inshallah ta'ala. So 3 times, inshallah. فمعكم لا مع عدوكم فمعكم لا مع عدوكم فمعكم لا مع عدوكم صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم. As-salam on the soul of Hussein and the companions of Hussein. As-salam on the bodies of Hussein and the companions of Hussein. The body that was the body of Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam was on the plain of Karbala. And for him the son announced that is there anyone who resembled the body of son of Fatima to Zahra salamullah alayha. 10 people said they put the new shoes in the feet of their animals and the horses and they trampled the body of son of Fatima to Zahra salamullah alayhi. In the narration it is mentioned فَرَدُّ الْحُسَيْنِ بِحَوَافِرِ خُيُولِهِ. They trampled the body of Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam under the feet of their horses. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم وشاهدكم وغائبكم وظاهركم وباطنكم آمين رب العالمين. 3 times salawat, please. اللهم صل على محمد وآل الله. الله. If possible for you, inshallah, is recommended to recite 2 rakats Salatul Ziyarah after this salah. Inshallah, right now or afterwards, inshallah, whenever you have the opportunity, recite 2 rakats Salatul Ziyarah and give the sawab for the martyrs of Karbala, especially Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam, inshallah.
Okay. If I can request everyone to please recite a salawat. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والفجر وليال عشر والشفع والوتر والليل إذا يسر هل في ذلك قسم لذي هجر ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بعاد إرم ذات العماد الذي لم يخلق مثلها في البلاد وثمود الذين جاءوا الصخر بالواد وفرعون ذي الأوتاد الذين طغوا في البلاد فأكثروا فيها الفساد فصب عليهم ربك صوت عذاب إن ربك لبالمرصاد فأما الإنسان إذا ما ابتلاه ربه فأكرمه ونعمه فيقول ربي أكرمن وأما إذا ما ابتلاه فقدر عليه رزقه فيقول ربي أهانن كلا بل لا تكرمون اليتيم ولا تحاضون على طعام المسكين وتأكلون التراث أكلا لما وتحبون المال حبا جما كلا إذا دكت الأرض دكا دكا وجاء ربك والملك صفا صفا وجيء يومئذ بجهنم يومئذ يتذكر الإنسان وأنى له الذكرى يقول يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي فيومئذ لا يعذب عذابه أحد ولا يوثق وثاقه أحد يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية فادخلي في عبادي وادخلي جنتي صدق الله العلي العظيم.
برای خوشنودی امام زمانه بلندترین صلوات. غریب ظاہر کی غربت سنو اے اہل عذاب اکیلا رہ گیا مقتل میں جب میرا مولا سپاہ شام نے چاروں طرف سے گھیر لیا لبے فرات تھا ہر ایک خون کا پیاسا تھا غل چراغے امامت ابھی بجھانا ہے پر زمیں پہ زین से शबीर को गिराना है। ये सुन के संग किसी ने जबीन पर मारा, किसी ने पहलू में बरछी का फल उतार दिया, किसी ने सामने आकर चलाई तेग जफा, गरीब ज़हरा का ज़ीं पर संभलना मुश्किल था। अली ओ ज़हरा को रन में रुलाया जाता था, हुसैन गिरते नहीं थे, गिराया जाता था। लगा जो तीर तो असगर को शह ने याद किया, पुकारा गाजी को जिस वक्त सर पे गुर्ज लगा, लगी जो बरछी तो अकबर को दी तड़प के सदा, तमाचा खूली ने मारा तो बोले या ज़हरा। अली को याद किया सर पे ज़र्ब चलते हुए, हसन को याद किया मुँह से खून गलते हुए। ज़मी पे ज़ीन से हज़रत जो मुँह के बल लाए, जो तीर सीने में थे पोश्त से निकल आए, निकल के पहलू से सब बर्छियों के फल आए, करार के इस तरह अब शय को एक पल आए, रकाबे पैरों से सिबते नबी के छूट गई, तमाम पसलियां इब्ने अली की टूट गई।
Let's welcome Sheikh with 3 loud salawats.
For all the Anbiya, Awliya, Awsiya, Shuhada, specifically Shuhada Karbala, and those who have sacrificed their life in the defense of Islam. And Haram of Bibi Zainab Salam alayha, recite 1 time Surah Al-Hamd and 3 times Surah Ikhlas. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من همزات الشياطين وأعوذ بالله أن يحضرون إنه هو السميع العليم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين سيما بقية الله في الأرضين روحي وأرواح العالمين له الفدا ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين اللهم لعن أول ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تابع له على ذلك اللهم لعن الإصابة التي جاحدت الحسين وشايعت وبايعت وتابعت على قتله اللهم لعنهم جميعا رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي أما بعد فقد قال مولانا إمام الصادق عليه السلام في زيارة أربعين وقد توازر عليه وأتاه من عبادك أهل الشقاق والنفاق وحملة الأوزار المستوجبين النار. Please recite loud salawat. With this hope and prayer that in these majalis of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam, whatever we say and whatever we listen, the rida and the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be there in this listening and speaking. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq, inshallah, that we can able to act upon these teachings of Quran and Ahl Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam. Recite another loud salawat, please. Allahumma salli. With this hope and prayer that inshallah all of us will be counted as the adadar and the mourners of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam and the zawar of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, recite another loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala. To hasten the reappearance of the Imam of our time, recite another loud salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala. Yesterday we started this discussion about Ayyamullah. We have mentioned that Allah Jalla Jalaluhu have asked Prophet Musa ala Nabina wa alayhi salatu wassalam that you have this responsibility on your shoulder that you have to take your ummah, your nation who are in dhulumat right now, who are in darkness right now, to take them away from this darkness towards the light and the nur. And the other thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned to him as a hukum is that you have to remind them about Ayyamullah. You have to remind them about the great days of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where the magnanimity of Allah, where the power of Allah, where the people, it will be clear for the people that who is powerful here in this world. Like when we say in Surah Al-Hamd, Maliki Yawmiddin, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Malik of Yawmuddin, it does not mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not the owner of the other days than the Yawmuddin. Every day is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every day owns by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what we are trying to accept and say is this thing, that on the day of judgment, on the day of Akhirah, what will happen is that when it will be asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to us, Manil mulk al yawm, today who have the power, who have this ownership? In this world also, the ownership belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But due to the limitations and the limitation that is in front of our eyes, a lot of times we are not able to see this reality. But on that day, when Basaruk al Hadid, when all the curtains will be removed in front of our eyes, we can see the reality. And on that day, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and when the angels will ask us, Manil Mulk al Yawm, who have the power and the authority today? All of us will reply to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that al-mulku lillahi al-wahid al-qahhar. The power and the authority and the ownership belongs to Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, who is Wahid. He is the most omnipotent, that He is there. But as I mentioned to you, that these are the ayyamullah, which Prophet Musa ala nabina wasalam was asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remind the people about these days and nights. These days that are remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there. Dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there. Now we try to connect Yawmul Arbaeen with these days of Ayyamullah. Why? Because we mentioned that Ayyamullah are the days where apparently the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are shown the power of Allah and the awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And day of Arbaeen is one of those days where apparently after the martyrdom of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, after the killing of the companions of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam in the hand of the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Yazid and Ali Yazid, when they performed this act, they thought that they have the power, they have the authority, they have the control. And now this thing that Yazid has mentioned in his palace, that Laybat Hashim bil Mulk, it is just the Bani Hashim was playing with the words, and there was no wahi what revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This was just the play that was done by Bani Hashim just to gain the power. This was the words of Yazid in front of Bibi Zainab salamullah alaiha, in front of Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam. So they were thinking that the power belongs to them. And Yazid has mentioned, Ibn Ziyad has mentioned to Bibi Zainab salamullah alaiha that like we are the one who have given the honor by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and na'uzubillah, you are the one who are dishonored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At that time, this is on the Arbaeen, as I mentioned to you, after this drought that was there, after this barren land that was there, with the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the remembrance of the wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was not there. We will see the first shoot, this first bird, this spot that starts from this land of Karbala, where the first Zahir of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam came to visit the Zari and the shrine of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. And this is announced to the people that the one that you think that he died is actually alive right now. And the thing that you think that you are alive, actually you are the one who are dead. This promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who said, وَلَا تَحْتَبَنَّ الَّذِينَ قُتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتٍ بَلْ أَحْيَاءٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ يُرْزَقُونَ. This hayat, we see it on the day of Arbaeen, that this sign of hayat, this sign of life from this barren land, we see it from this dhulumat, this darkness that was there. We see this first shoot of the love of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We see the light in this darkness. We see the silver lining in this darkness. And there we see that if you are working for the sake of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has this promise that your message, your doctrine will live forever. If you connect yourself with Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, if you connect your sacrifice and your efforts and your life with the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you are living forever. But if you are disconnect yourself from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in that case you are destroyed. You will vanish. You will be erased from this world and from the mind and the hearts of the people. But if you connect yourself with the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the payam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the doctrine of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if this is the case, then you will live forever. Shaykh Awini Rizwanullah ta'ala has a very beautiful statement. He said that Pendare ma inas ke shohada raftan wa ma mundim. We think like this, we imagine like this, that shohada are no more there in this world, and we are the one who are living. We are the one who are alive. We are the one who are active. But he said that no, this is not correct. Actually, what is going on is that the reality is this thing, that we are the one who are immersed with the flow of time, And we are no more there in this world actually. The one who is active right now, the one who is playing his role right now is the one who is Shaheed, because he is the one who is truly alive right now. He is the one who is truly active right now. We are the one who apparently think that we are doing something. We are active right now. We are performing these actions with our body, but truly the one who is Shaheed, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that Bal ahyaun inda rabbihim yurzaqun. The true risk is for those who are Shaheed and who are in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Arbaeen was one of the Yawmullah that is there. And as I mentioned to you that a lot of time this is there that we are not paying attention towards these ayyamullah. We are not getting lessons in the ibra from these ayyamullah. That's why Prophet Musa ala nabina was alayhi salatu wasalam was explicitly asked by Allah that you mention and make your people remember these days which are so important for you. And for us also, these days of Ashura, these days of Arbaeen that are there, it is important for us to remember. Why? Not for the sake that we are doing some service to Imam Hussain والسلام, but actually we are doing service to ourselves. Because in these ayat, in Surah Ibrahim والسلام, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned to Prophet Musa والسلام, make them remember the Yawmullah, but وَقَالَ مُوسَى إِن تَكْفُرُوا أَنْتُمْ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَغَنِيٌّ حَمِيدٌ. If you and all the people in this world, if they want to disregard these ayyamullah, if they do not want to remember these ayyamullah, if they do not want to pay attention towards these ayyamullah, you are not doing any disservice to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to the awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But actually you are destroying yourself, because these are the source of hayat, these are the source of life. And if you disconnect yourself from these source of life, you will be dead. You are no more there in this world. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ghaniyun Hamid. He is not dependent on you. You are dependent on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you need life, if you want to live like a human being in this world, you have the responsibility to remember these days, which are the days of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. These are the days where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown His power to the people and the humanity, both to His enemies, that how powerful the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, and those who are the lovers and those who are steadfast in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who are sabbar and shukur. For them also Allah said that, okay, see and remember and be steadfast and be sabir in this path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, can keep remember those days of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when, despite the fact when the enemies were thinking that they are powerful right now, they have destroyed the awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they have erased the name and the message of awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the face of the earth, they have trampled the body of wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the plain of Karbala, in the desert of Karbala, and there will be no one who called the name of Hussein afterwards. They see that after 40 days, a person came and he was saying, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein 3 times, and saying that, okay, what you were thinking that he's dead, he is still alive in the hearts of the people, in the minds of the people, and they are ready to sacrifice their life for the path of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. Recite the salawat. Now, when on these ayyamullah, one of the guidance that came from Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam is in the form of ziyarat that we have. These ziyarat that we recite normally, and a lot of times we are not focusing or trying to understand and pondering upon the message and the meaning that are mentioned in these ziyarat. This ziyarah of Arbaeen is an extraordinary ziyarah from Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. And inshallah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a tawfiq, one of the statement of this ziyarah, we will try to ponder upon this one statement in the 3 nights that we have. Try to understand that what message that Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam wants us to understand. And try to focus on this statement so that inshallah practically we can learn some lessons. See, brothers and sisters, I mentioned to you a lot of times I don't know if I think about myself, more than 40 years, I have attended the majalis of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. Maybe I have recited the ziyarat of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. But I have to think about it. I have to ponder upon it that how many times I focus on the meanings of these ziyarat. I focus on the message that I can learn from the doctrine of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, from this revolution of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, so that it will become practical for me to apply in today's world that I am living in. Sometimes we live in the past. We think that it is the historical event. We weep over Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. We weep over the dhulm and the oppression that happened on Imam Hussain and the family of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. That is good. That is important for us. But that was a tool for us to connect ourselves emotionally to Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, intellectually to Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, so that we have the power and the strength that we can stand against the zalimeen and the oppressors of our time. This is the power in the message of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. That when we see that, okay, a person like Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, who was a son of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. He can perform his duty in a way, and na'uzubillah, this type of dhulm can happen to him and his family, but still he was steadfast. He never compromised on the ideals that he has set for himself. I have to give this promise and allegiance to Imam Hussain, for ma'akum la ma'aduwikum. This is the promise that we are giving to Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam in the ziyarah of Arbaeen. And this is the message that we have to understand properly, that what Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, and what was the purpose and the cause of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. The enemy of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, the purpose of the enemy was not just only to trample the body of Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam in the plain of Karbala, but also to trample the message of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam in the plain of Karbala. And this is our duty, to remember the body of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam and also the message of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. Sometimes we just focus on the dhulm that happened to Imam Hussain, but we forget about the message and the doctrine and the purpose and the cause of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, for which he has sacrificed all these, his son Ali Asghar alayhi salatu wasalam, his young boy Hazrat Ali Akbar alayhi salatu wasalam, his brother Hazrat Abul Fazl Abbas alayhi salatu wasalam. Why Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam has sacrificed this? Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam has mentioned to us and explained to us the purpose and the goal of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam in this ziyarah. What he say? He said like this. In the beginning of this ziyarah, first of all, we say salam to Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam with different titles. I'm not going through the initial part of the ziyarah. Inshallah, I am hopeful that inshallah you have the opportunity to read and recite this ziyarah today. And if not, then inshallah try to do the qada for the ziyarah. This ziyarah, try to read it. Try to understand and ponder upon the meaning of this ziyarah, inshallah ta'ala, tonight if you have the opportunity. So after that first part, Imam alayhi salatu wasalam tried to explain the effort and the work that was done by Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. And the third thing that he mentioned in this ziyarah is this thing. Imam say and explain to us that وَبَذَلَ مُحْجَتَهُ فِيكَ, O Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam has sacrificed his life fika, in your path, for your goal and your destination, O Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Why Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam has sacrificed his life? لِيَسْتَنْقِذَ عِبَادَكَ. Naqada means to save, to protect. When somebody is on the verge of collapsing, like Quran has said that, for example, you were on the verge of collapsing in a hellfire, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to get inqaz you, to protect you, to save you from this hellfire that you were. Here we are telling Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam that he has sacrificed his life. Why? لِيَسْتَنْقِذَ عِبَادَكَ, to save and protect your creation, O Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. From what? O Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, can you tell us that what was the issue with the humanity? Min لِيَسْتَنْقِذَ عِبَادَكَ. And see that Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam didn't say that ibadaka at the time when in the 60th month of Hijrah. No. Ibadaka means the whole creation, the whole humanity. So the message of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam was not limited to 60 months of Hijrah, was not limited to the people who were living at the time in Kufa and Basra and Medina and Makkah at that time. No, the message of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam is for each and every time and place that we are living in. This is the message of Imam Hussain. And Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam is saying that, لِيَسْتَنْقِذَ عِبَادَكَ. O Imam alayhi salatu wassalam, what was the problem that we were facing? What we were trying, like we were verged on the falling on this trap. What was the trap that the humanity was going to fall in? And Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam has given that great sacrifice to save the humanity from this collapse that was supposed to happen to the humanity. Imam said two things. لِيَسْتَنْقِذَ عِبَادَكَ مِنَ الْجَهَالَةِ وَحَيْرَةِ الضَّلَالَةِ. Two things that Imam alayhi salatu wasalam has mentioned here is this thing, that these people, the humanity was on the verge of collapse in the ignorance. They were not aware of the responsibility and reality that is going, existential truth that is there in the outside world. They were not aware of it. They are heedless about it. And secondly, Imam says the hayratil dalala. They were in the state of confusion. They don't know. They are perplexed. They don't know what is the right and what is wrong. This confusion that was there, that makes them misguided, and they are going here and there. They are roaming around and they don't know where's the path. You know, sometimes what is the difference between jahala? This is just a very simple example I want to understand for my youth that are sitting here, to understand that what is the difference between jahala and the hayratul dalala that Imam alayhi salatu wasalam is mentioning here. Jahala means that you are completely, it is unknown for you that where is the goal, what is your destination, what is your purpose of life. Okay, suppose that you are here, I am sitting here, and I have to go outside of this building. I don't know, I'm completely ignorant. I don't know where to go. Where is the exit door? Where I have to go? I don't know. I'm completely new to this building. Okay? This is a jahala. I'm ignorant. I'm completely unknown. So I have to seek knowledge. Sometimes, no, this is not the case. I know the reality. I have the knowledge. But suppose that if I completely turn off the lights here, the lights are completely turned off. There is a complete darkness in this room. Now, as far as the knowledge is concerned, I know this building. But my eyes are, somebody has put the cover on my eyes. I am placed in between somewhere in this room. I don't know. You know, when the kids are playing and they have to catch each other, you put the cover on the eyes, then they are just roaming around here and there. They don't know where to go. They are just roaming around. There's a hayra, there's a confusion. They don't know where to go. They know the true path, but they don't know that how to reach that path. So the ilm is there, the knowledge is there, but they don't know how to obey this path so that they can reach their destination. This is the problem that is here. So Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam, in one of the riwayah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam is, Innal Hussain misbahu hudan. Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam is the light, is the noor, which give you the knowledge. Sometimes the knowledge is there, but I do not have the strength to reach this goal or the destination, the exit door. Then we are saying that Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam is the ark of salvation. Imam said that come and attach with me, embark on me, and then I will take you towards the salvation that is there. So Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam will take away the jahala, the ignorance, through the ilm and the knowledge, the light that is there. And Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam has power that when I'm confused, I'm roaming around, I don't know how to live in this world, I have to embark in the ark of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam to get the salvation and reach that salvation. This is the message and the purpose of the sacrifice of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam that is mentioned by Imam Sadiq in this Ziyat Arbaeen. Now the question is this that we have to ask, and the point that inshallah we want to discuss in the next 2 nights is this thing. The question that I have to ask myself, all of us has to ask this thing, that okay, why is it so that a person who is sincere with us, in this ziyarah also we say that he was nasih to the people, he was sincere to the people, he want to guide the people. A person who is sincere to us, a person who want to guide us, a person who do not have his personal benefits with the guidance, he is there to guide us, he is there to help the people. Why is it so that people are not ready to listen to these great personalities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these great awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with whom the only purpose for them is the guidance of the people. لِيَسْتَنْقِذْ عِبَادَكَ. He is not there to get benefit for himself. He is not there to increase his bank account. He is not there to build his own house. He is not there for these things. He is there to guide us. But why? This is the Ibra of Karbala. This is a question that we have to ask ourselves. And as I think I mentioned few times in different places, that this is the most important question that we have to ask from the story and the history and the narrators of Karbala. That why is it so that despite the fact that a personality like Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam, who was sincere to the people, who was ready to sacrifice his blood in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to defend the people, people are not ready to obey the hukum of Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. They are ready to follow Yazid and Ibn Ziyad and Hajjaj ibn Yusuf and Marwan and Abdul Malik ibn Marwan. These bad people they are ready to follow. Why they are not ready to follow the path of Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam? Why they are not ready to listen to the awliya of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu? What's the problem with the people? What are the vices in the people? After which, if these vices are there, despite the fact that they know that this is the haqq, this is the truth, this person is nasty and sincere with me, still the people are not ready to listen and follow the footstep of the awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those who are sincere, those who are saying that I am here to protect you, I am here to guide you, but people are not ready to listen to these awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like in one of the stories of Prophet Musa ala nabina wa alayhi salatu wasalam, Prophet Musa and a lot of Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam were the shepherd. And there were two professions that normally the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam has followed before become the Prophet of Allah Jalaluhu. He was a shepherd and he took some goats in the outskirts of the city for their to go and then get the food from there. One time in this group of goats that were moving together, one goat ran away from this group that was there. So Prophet Musa ala nabiyina wa sallam ran behind this goat. When the Prophet was running, the goat was running faster and faster and faster and faster. Okay, so Prophet was behind this goat and the goat was going forward. At one point, Prophet Musa, with all these a marathon that he ran, he was able to catch this goat. And at that time, he was talking to the goat. And he was saying that, okay, I want to protect you from these wolves that are there in this Bayaba, this desert that we are roaming around. You cannot protect yourself. Be with the group. I am there to protect you. Why you are running away from me? I am not your enemy. I am not there to kill you. I am there to protect you. But you are running away from me. This is the state of each one of us. This is the state for all of us. We are inclined towards those people, those messages, those doctrine who want to utilize our resources for their sake. They are using this one person is using the resources of 99% for their own purpose. But we are inclined towards working for them. But on the other hand, the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the message of awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nobody is there to listen to. This is the mercy of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam too. Recite the salawat. There was a time when Kumail has narrated this story that one time I saw Imam Ali alayhi salatu wassalam going outside the city of Kufa and he was talking inside the well. And I asked, oh Mawla, why you are going out in the outskirts and talking to the well? Imam said that there is no one who listens to the ilm and the knowledge. I have this knowledge in me. I have this source of knowledge that is there, but there is no one who is ready to gain this knowledge. There is no one who want to accept this knowledge from Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. And this is not the story of past. This is the story of today too. The message of Allah, the message of awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is still there. Now this is the question, as I mentioned to you, this is a question that I have to ask myself. That why is it so that all the Anbiya, awliya, what we have seen that in the past history when we see, they were only the minority of the people who were standing with them. There was only a minority of people who were standing and steadfast with awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, we see, okay, around 72, less or more people were there with him. around 30,000 people were standing against Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. Why? While Imam Hussein was sincere with them, why Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam was there to guide them, help them, support them, despite all this, what's going on there? Why they are running away from Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam? So this is a question that we have to ask Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam. Oh Imam, while you are teaching us the cause and the message and the purpose of the movement of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, this qiyam of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, this uprising of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, and you have mentioned to us that, okay, Imam alayhi salatu wasalam has sacrificed his life to protect us from this ignorance and the deviation that we had. Why is it so that we are not ready to follow the instruction and the guidance of the Imam? What's wrong with us? What are the vices that are there in us due to which that makes us run away from the Imam of our time? And we are not ready to listen to the prescription of the doctor or the tabib, the word that is there. To guide us, we are not ready to listen to this tabib, this prescription that is coming from his side. The solution that he is giving to us, that if you want to get rid of the problems that you are facing right now, this is the prescription for you. I am not ready to listen. I am not ready to obey this prescription. Why? What's wrong with me? What's the problem with me? Then Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam start explaining to us step by step that what are the issues with the people due to which they are not standing with the Imam, with the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. Recite a salawat, please. See, brothers and sisters, before reading this statement of Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, just as an example for the kids who are sitting here, to understand that what we are trying to understand and learn in this statement of Ziyat Arbaeen of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. Just giving you one simple example, just to make us closer to what we are looking for. It's like this. Let's suppose that um, your wife has given you, like the brothers who are sitting here, your wife, your sister, your mother is giving you a list of grocery that, okay, you have to buy this thing. Or suppose he or she sent you a WhatsApp message. Okay, when you before coming home from the office, just bring this, a list of like a grocery is here. Maybe it's in the past. I don't know where the message is going right now, from here to there or there to here. But generally speaking, it is the duty of the man to take care of the responsibility of the outside the home. The responsibility is the responsibility of the man. Okay, so the list is there. You receive the list of the message that, okay, you have to buy all these things. Okay, you enter a mall, a big mall, you entered there. As soon as you entered, you have the list in your phone, but you start looking at the things. Ooh. And you start looking at all these attractions that are there, and you get busy. So after an hour, after 1 hour, completely forget that why you entered this mall. There are so many attractions that were around you that you are completely involved in looking at these things, and you completely forget about your purpose for which you were sent to this mall, or you entered this mall, you completely forget about it. After 1 hour, your wife called, you pick up the phone, and she said, okay, when you are coming back, you say, what do you mean? So you say that, okay, I'm waiting, I have to cook food, I have to prepare the food, I'm waiting for the grocery that you have to bring. At that time, you realize that, okay, like there was a purpose for me, and I was completely immersed in these attractions that are there. The fight that is going on right now in today's world is this attraction that is around us. There's a purpose for us. There's a goal for us in this world. And we are in this mall, we forget that why we are here. What is our purpose? We forget about the wali that is there to guide us and help us and tell us that what you have to do in this world. And I'm completely I have immersed in these attractions that are there. So the goal and the purpose is this thing, that I have to protect myself from these attraction and disconnect myself from these attraction so that I can focus on the goal that is there. I'm not saying that we should not get benefit from things that are around us, okay? I'm saying that it should not be the case that these attraction grab your attention in a way that you completely forget that why are you here? What is your purpose in this life? Why you are sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this world? What was your purpose? I'm not here for 70, 80, 90 years, if maximum, if I have to live in this world, for these type of things that I'm doing right now. I was sent here for a specific purpose in this life. And ad-dunya madra'atul akhirah. I have to reach somewhere through these actions that I'm performing in this world. Now Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, the ziyarat of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, say the salam please. It started like this. Imam said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَقَدْ تَوَازَرَ عَلَيْهِ مَنْ غَرَّتْهُ الدُّنْيا. Those who did the sin, was wizr means the luggage or the baggage that you hold on your shoulder. The guna and the sin is known as wizr because this is the baggage that you are holding on your shoulder. Okay? Imam is saying that وَقَدْ تَوَازَرَ عَلَيْهِ, those who man gharrathu dunya, those who were deceived by the dunya or dunya have deceived them, are the one who did the sin against Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam. Again, keep in mind that a lot of times the problem with us is this thing. A lot of times we think that either you are the lover of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam or you are the enemy of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. You believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you disbelieve in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You believe in Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam or you disbelieve in Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Here you can see that Imam is not saying anything like this. Imam didn't say that, okay, they do not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imam didn't say that they didn't believe in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imam didn't say that they didn't believe in the Imamah of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. No. Imam is talking about something completely different. And as I mentioned to you, here the borders will be completely vanished. And you can see that now it is not the case that, okay, where you are born, in which family you are born. It is more about the value system that is there. What you are doing in this world, what your thought process is, how your worldview is. And Imam alayhi salatu wasalam is talking about this thing. And the first thing that Imam alayhi salatu wasalam is mentioned that those who were deceived by the dunya are the one who stand against Hussein ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. Second thing, again, each one of these statements are the one that we have to ponder upon it. We have to think about it. We should talk about these statements. But the most important thing that inshallah in these 2 nights that we want to plan to discuss is the 4th statement of Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, which inshallah I will focus on. Recite another salawat. Allah. Second thing Imam said that وَبَاحَدَّهُ بِأَرْذَلِ الْأَوْكَثِ, and they have sold their hadh, their portion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided to them in this world. There is a capital that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us in this world, that now with this capital, bismillah, start the business. This world is a matjar, this world is a bazar, this world is a marketplace. This is the place that you have to do the transactions here. Okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent with a capital. Imam is saying that these people, those who stand against Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, were those who ba'haddahu bi'ardhalil awkath. They have sold their hadh, their portion, their capital with the very low price. Very low price. Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, Allahumma salli ala. In one of the statements, actually is a part of one of the sermon of Imam, and it is also the part of the small statement that we have in Nahjul Balagha, at the end of Nahjul Balagha. Imam said that لَيْسَ لِأَنفُسِكُمْ ثَمَنٌ إِلَّا الْجَنَّةِ, that the bare minimum price of yourself is Jannah. If you want to put yourself on a sale, the Black Friday or I don't know, Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, different type of colors are there. When you want to put yourself on the sale, 20% off, 30% off, 50% off, 80% off, 90% off, when they say these 90% off, just ask them that what you were doing before that. So you were selling us the more than 900 times the price of the thing. Now you are giving 90% off. But Imam saying that if you want to put yourself on sale and you put a board that on sale, just keep in mind the lowest price that you have. Imam said that the minimum price that you have is Jannah. La tabi'uha illa biha. If you want to give the discount, if you put yourself on sale, don't put less than Jannah as your price. This is the bare minimum. It is not maximum. Imam is saying this is the minimum while you are selling yourself, your resources less than that. So Imam here is saying that, okay, they have, what they did is that they get, like this Umar ibn Sa'd, when Imam Hussain is saying that, okay, why you are standing against me? You don't know who am I? I am the son of Fatima Zahra. I am the son of Ali Murtada. I am the son of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Salam. Why you are doing that? Say, like, for example, like, I have promised a land, I promise a like Rai, the government of the Rai, I will become the governor of that specific province. For that, I just want to do all these things that are there. Imam is saying that, okay, this is the meager price that you are paying for yourself. What you are doing? Keep in mind that who you are, what's your value in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what the value that you have. Understand that. And then Imam say, وَشَرَى آخِرَتَهُ بِالثَّمَنِ الْأَوْكَثِ, and they have sold their akhirah with the meager of the prices and the cost that they have. Then Imam say, وَتَقَتْرَسَ وَتَرَدَّ فِي هَوَى. Taqatrasa means that when you trespass your limit, when you go out from the borders, the boundaries that are there, if you cross that boundary, if you go trespass the boundary of the ubudiyah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it's called become arrogant. You think that, okay, you are something. You have to follow your own liking and disliking. These people like this. Imam alayhi is saying that those who stand against Imam have these qualities. Now, as I mentioned to you that while you are reading these qualities, keep in mind, or vices that are there, keep in mind that Imam is saying that these are the vices which make a person stand against the Imam of his time. Okay? And then Imam say, وَتَرَدَّ فِي هَوَاهُ, and he has immersed in his lower desire or hawa that is there. The last part, which inshallah I'm just reading today in Arabic and the translation, and inshallah if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give the tawfiq, then the next 2 nights we'll try to explain this statement, which is a very important statement of Ziyarat Arbaeen. In this statement, we are saying, or Imam alayhi is teaching us to read the ziyarah of Imam with this word, وَأَطَاعَ مِنْ إِبَادِكَ. Those who stand against Imam Hussain were the one who do the ubudiyah and obey the instruction from Ahlul Nifaqi wa Shiqaqi wa Hamalatil Awda. Imam is saying, first of all, I'm doing the translation. Imam is saying that they were the one who accept these 3 group of people as their Imam, as their leader, and they start following them. Do the itaat of whom? Those who were Ahlul Nifaq, hypocrites. Those who were Ahlul Shiqaq, the people of division. Those who were Hamalatul Awdar, they have the burden of sins on their shoulder. So what Imam is saying that these people themselves were not Ahlul Nifaq. They themselves were not Ahlul Shiqaq. They themselves were not Hamalatul Awdar. But they start obeying those people who were like this. And this is the part which is alarming for us, that a lot of times there is a possibility that if I am not careful, if I not paying attention towards whom I am following, whom I am taking as my guardian, who is my wali, who is I am getting instruction from, then apparently maybe I think that I am in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the path of awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but there is a possibility that I am used and my resources are used by the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imam is saying that وَأَطَاعَ مِنْ عِبَادِكَ, they have followed the instruction from your creation, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who have these 2 qualities, Ahlun Shiqaqi wa Ahlun Nifaqi wa Hamalatil Awdar. And when this is the case, Al-Mustawjibina bin Nar. These are the people who will, their result and the result of their action is the hellfire of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It becomes obligatory on you that the way they are going, the path that they are leading to will reach the hellfire. And if I start following them, then na'uzubillah, I will also reach the same goal and the same target. Maybe I think that I'm going the right direction, but if I blindly start following somebody else, then actually my destination will be the same destination that they are heading to. And Imam is saying that Al-Mustawjibina bin Nar, they are heading towards the hellfire. You may think that you are heading towards the Al-Jannah, but if you start following the instruction from someone who is Ahlul Nifaq, Ahlul Shiqaq, Hamalatil Awdar, in that case, your destination will also be attached with their destination. But if you are truly following the instruction of Allah and the awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then be aware. It is not just about saying with your tongue, La ilaha illallah, saying with your tongue, Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Salli ala Muhammad. But you have to understand that how great this responsibility is when you say this thing. Amruna sa'bun mustas'ab. The amr of Ahl Bayt alayhi salam is not easy. It is difficult, and we have to prepare ourselves for this heavy burden that we have taken on our shoulder. And inshallah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this day of Arbaeen. As I mentioned to you, these are ayyamullah. These are the ones that we have to remember, and we have to beg to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, oh Allah, this is the day when we have to remember the sacrifice of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, sacrifice of the family of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, these children, women, apparently those who were weak, who were in the form of prison, they were taken from place to place, but see that how steadfast they were. The promise that they have given to Imam Hussein, فَمَعَكُمْ مَعَكُمْ لَا مَعَدُوِّكُمْ, definitely Bibi Zainab Salamullahi alayha proved that in these 40 days. According to Sayyidina Taus Luhuf, I think it was the first Arbaeen, the first 40th day of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, when the family of Imam Hussein has the opportunity to return back to Karbala. Whether it is first Arbaeen or second Arbaeen or somewhere in between these 2 days, one time Al-Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam, before going back to Medina, they had the opportunity to come back to the grave of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, and maybe Bibi Zainab Salamullahi alayha want to present in front of his wali that, oh my Imam, you have given a responsibility on my shoulder. You have given this responsibility on me that I have to deliver your message to these people who are ignorant, these people who are in the hayratul dalala. I tried to fulfill my responsibility to whatever the capacity I had. And today, on the day of Arbaeen, and coming back and telling you that what I did. Maybe with the tongue of Bibi Zainab Salamullah, if we have the ijazah, the permission from her, think that the way that Bibi Zainab Salamullah alaiha returned back to the grave of her brother Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, she had the opportunity to say salam to her brother. How Bibi Zainab Salamullah alaiha said this salam, I don't know. And but just I want to express the emotions that we should have towards Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. With the depth of your heart, try to say salam to our beloved Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. Assalamu ala al-Hussein. Inshallah, all together. Assalamu ala al-Hussein. Wa ala Hussein wa ala ashabil. Sayyidina Taus has mentioned in Luhuf that when Yazid decided that it is not feasible for him to keep Al-Bayt alayhi salam in Sham, he called Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam, and he said that, ask me 3 things and I promise that I will fulfill whatever you will ask me. Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam, according to Luhuf, Imam Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam mentioned to Yazid at the time 3 things. The first thing that Imam mentioned, that please return back the head of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. My Imam, my wali, I want to do the ziyarah of my wali one more time. Then Imam said that the second thing, Imam said that if you have decided to kill me, please make someone reach the Medina so that all these family members of Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, the progeny of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam, in the protective company, try to send them towards Medina. And the third thing Imam asked Yazid at that time that, oh, whatever you have taken as booty from our camps on the day of Ashur, please return back all these things to me. In the answer of first thing, Yazid said that, okay, no, you will never see the face of Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. And then he said that, no, I will not kill you. You will be with the family members of Hussein. And the third thing he mentioned that, okay, I will pay you the price and the ransom for whatever is taken as a booty from your camp. Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam has said that, you think that you can pay the price of things that was taken as booty from our camps? You know what was there? There was a maqna of Fatimatu Zahra with which the women covered their faces. The maqna of Fatimatu Zahra was there. The necklace of Fatimatu Zahra was there. The shirt of Fatimatu Zahra was there. I will say to Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wassalam, what type of shirt that you are telling to Yazid? Maybe that was the shirt that was prepared for my Fatimatu Zahra, for Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. When Imam was going for the Shahada, at that time Imam has worn this dress. But according to Imam Zainul Abidin, this dress was taken as booty from the body of Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam. But this shirt was given back by Yazid to Imam Zainul Abidin. Now just imagine that Bibi Zainab Salamullah alayha, on the day of Arbaeen, she is returning back towards Hussein with the maqna of Fatimatu Zahra, with the necklace of Fatimatu Zahra, with this qameez of Fatimatu Zahra. And then Bibi came to Karbala and she remembered all the things that happened. And maybe Bibi was saying to Imam Hussein, oh Hussein, your body was here on the plain of Karbala, but your head was with us. And in the palace of Yazid, this Laid was given, disrespecting your lips at that time. And maybe there was a companion of Rasulullah who said, he said, Yazid, I have seen Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam kissing the lips of Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. I will say to Zayd ibn Arqam, Zayd, you have seen one time, two times Rasulullah kissing the face of Hussein. Oh my Bibi Zaidah, day and night, she has seen Imam Hussein on the shoulder of Rasulullah. Rasulullah was kissing the lips of Hussein, and my Bibi was watching the face and lips of Hussein disrespected by Yazid. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Wa sayalamu alladhina dhalamu ayya munqalabi yanqalibun. Mata bi Hussein.
याद आओगे भैया है, याद आओगे भैया, याद आओगे भैया है, याद आओगे भैया। ज़ैनब को हर एक मोड़ पे तड़पाएगी दुनिया, याद आओगे भैया है, याद आओगे भैया। ज़ैनब को हर एक मोड़ पे तड़पाएगी दुनिया, याद आओगे भैया है, याद है बाद आपके होगा मेरी गुर्बत का ये आलम, उस वक्त गरीबी भी करेगी मेरा मातम। सादात को जब राह में देगा कोई सदका, याद आओगे है, याद आओगे भाई। है कितना था ख्याल आपको पर्दे का बरादर, ले जाते थे तुम रात को अम्मा की लहद पर। जब देखेगी ज़ैनब के खुले सर को ये दुनिया, याद है, याद है। किस तरह भुलाऊंगी मैं वो दर्द का मंजर, वो सूखे गले पर तेरे चलता हुआ खंजर। ज़ैनब को नजर आएगा जब भी कोई प्यासा, याद आओ है, याद आओ। और दीदार भी हो जाएगा बेटी के बहाने, क्या शाम के जिंदान में आओगे सुलाने। सोएगी नहीं जब मेरी लोरी से सकीना, याद है, याद आओगे भैया। ज़ैनब को हर एक मोड़ पे तड़ पाएगी दुनिया, याद आओगे भैया, याद
या हुसैन। सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, ज़हरा के दिलदार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, ज़हरा के दिलदार का आज है 40वां। गोरो कफन लाश को जिसको मयसर नहीं, उस तन नाचार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, ज़हरा के दिलदार का आज है 40। लाश पे जिनके नहीं रोने को कोई रहा, लाश पे जिनके नहीं रोने को कोई रहा, बेकसो बेयार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, ज़हरा के दिलदार का आज है 40। चल बस अब्बास अली बाजू कटा नहर पर, चल बस अब्बास अली बाजू कटा नहर पर, शेख अलमदार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, ज़हरा के दिलदार का आज है। नो के सीना पर चढ़ा सर शह मजलूम का, नो के सीना पर चढ़ा सर शह मजलूम का, कुश्त तलवार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, ज़ेरा के दिलदार का आज है 40वां। आप भी मारे गए, साथी भी मारे गए, आप भी मारे गए, साथी भी मारे गए, लश्करो सरदार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, ज़ेरा के दिलदार का आज है 40वां। उम्मत आसी को जो हक से वो बख्शवाएगा, उस शय गमखार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, ज़ेरा के दिलदार का आज। लाश पे जिसकी खड़ी फातिमा करती है बैन, लाश पे जिसकी खड़ी फातिमा करती है बैन, इस मेरे दिलदार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, सैयद अबरार का आज है 40वां, ज़ेरा के दिलदार का आज है 40वां। या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, या हुसैन, बर मोहम्मद व आल मोहम्मद सलावत।
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن